Sometimes like, no. And they're like, oh, I'm joking. But yeah, I'm just Gav. Gav. And even when I win the Worlds, I'm Gav. That's the world's strongest man. It'll never fucking change me.
Yeah.
If I do change it, because I've just become more professional. That's all it is. But yeah, go back to your question. I have met my idols. Yeah.
Yeah. Love it. Last question.
Welcome to the Tackle Your Thoughts podcast, the podcast where we attempt to tackle the stigma surrounding mental health.
Okay, welcome to Tackle Your Thoughts podcast. Today we're joined by a local legend to Caerphilly, to South Wales and Wales. He's a two-time UK strongest man, Wales' strongest man,
Yep.
2 times world's strongest man competitor, and like I said, a local legend to Caerphilly. So just like to welcome Gavin The Bull Bilton.
How's it going, guys? You right? Yeah.
No, thanks for coming on. Really do
Anytime,
appreciate
guys.
it.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, this is massive for us, mate. This, like I said at the start, you're a local legend, born and bred from Caerphilly.
Always, yeah.
Got a bit of a story about you, really. So I've broken this up into 3 different topics.
Yeah.
One, we're going to discuss your army career.
Yeah.
Then your rugby career,
Yeah.
'cause you're quite a successful rugby player.
Yeah.
And then we'll go on to the strongman stuff,
That sounds
which is
amazing.
what you're known for at the moment.
Yeah, yes.
So yeah, let's just start off, Gav. Let's just tell us a little bit about your upbringing and how you got into the army.
Yeah. Yeah, so I was born in Caerphilly. I love this place. Has a reputation being called Caerphilly. I don't know why, but it's a lovely place. You know, one of the biggest castles in Europe, if I'm not mistaken, so that's pretty cool. But yeah, born in Caerphilly, and I think I'll die here. With the army, I think it was something I've always wanted to do. I don't know why. Maybe I watched Rambo too many times, or I watched.
What's your favourite Rambo?
It's got to be. Oh, the first one's ruthless.
It's gotta be, isn't it? It's
I
gotta
mean,
be.
they've gone a bit mad with him now. I mean,
Yeah, it's
Sylvester
too much
Stallone-
now, isn't it?
Sylvester Stallone will knock on the head, but if you need any actors, mate, give me a shout. And I don't know what it was. It's just something that always intrigued me. I tell you what it was actually. I was in Bedros School once, Bedros High School, and I think the Marines came there. They don't do it much, you know. That sort of style of recruiting, I know they don't do. So they came there, brought all their weapon systems. They're like snipers dressed up in ghillie suits and things like that. I just went, I want to be that. I was an outdoorsy type of guy. Schooling is a great system, but just I was like hands on. I was always going to be army. I think I was always going to do something with my hands.
Yeah.
You know, it is. That's the way I think we're bred. I think some know they're going to be like that, but yeah. I was like army, and then when I left, I was a bricklayer for a while. Loved that job. But when you built like a fucking giraffe, I was so tall, just hunched over all day. I was like done. I think I did a year of that and then joined the army. I did. Literally, my first choice was Marines, just because they have such a good reputation. I mean, everyone knows Marines. And I went there, and it was a Welsh Guards recruiter, so that wasn't going to happen. Sergeant Cake, he's not, he's not recruiting no more, but swayed me to the Welsh Guards, sold me the story, loved it. I was a big rugby player, and they have a great rugby team, which he told me a lot about.
That's swayed it a bit then.
It did, definitely. He was like, I was playing for Caerphilly. Whilst I joined, I think Caerphilly was still flying at the top as well, I think. I mean, Caerphilly have got, they're sleeping giants, that rugby club, but that's another story. But, I just went there. Welsh Guards sold me the dream, and it's an amazing job. It isn't a job, it's not a knock, it's a lifestyle. It becomes you, which is good. Of course it is. I don't do it for fucking 13 years if it's a shite job. Amazing friends, amazing memories. Some I wish I could forget. Some I won't be able to forget. But that's part and parcel of being an infanteer. We do what we do.
Yeah.
But, loved the job. Loved it. Fucking travelled the world. Fucking Kenya. Fucking Russia. I can't think of the names. I've just been everywhere. Amazing. Off the top of my head, it's quite tough. But and it's so cheesy and cliche to say, but it is a band of brothers. Same as rugby, same as boxing. You just link up with people because you're going through the same shit when you're playing rugby. Me and you play together. Yeah. You go through fucking grueling sessions. You go through so much stuff when you're in the army. You're fucking like I still talk to 2 lads who I served with on the first tour now because we got fucking smoked out there. But we're very friends. You're very good friends with your friends for fucking life.
That's awesome, man, isn't it?
Love it. Love the army. It's a great. It's kind of almost like a rugby mentality.
I was just going to say that. You create a family from there, exactly the same as a rugby family.
Yeah.
You get an army family type of thing.
It is, because, I mean, rugby is an amazing thing to be involved in at any level, any age. I mean, if you're playing rugby, I think is Freddie Brooks still playing rugby?
No, he's still around.
He's still around.
He's still around. I think he would if he could, but we won't let him now.
Oh, thank fuck. Yeah, lovely guy. Yeah, but that's it though. He's a rugby player through and through. That's what rugby's supposed to. Yeah, he's so fucking tough. Great guy. Worked for him. But yes, it's almost that. Maybe that's why I loved rugby. That the rugby and army go together because
like
the type of bonding you have. Yeah, you have a tough game and you get fucking smashes. Your mate getting fucking smoked. You'll fly. And same with the army. If the army something happens, you're there. So kind of maybe that's what it was. It was just I just wanted to be part of something that was is historic for you and the Welsh Guards. For people who know, it's not insulting for you guys, but we have 5-foot regiments of the Household Division: Welsh Guards, Irish Guards, Scots Guards. No one likes the Grens, and obviously all the Irish and Grenadier Guards. We're the youngest of the Foot Guards. We're only 100 odd years old, about 100 just before the First World War. But you got the Grenadier Guards who were 100 years old. They were fighting on horseback and things like that. Hundreds. So we're quite young, but. Just always wanted to be the army. And after 13 years, I pulled the pin and got out and pursued something different. Like,
yeah, that was massive. What was the hardest part about the army? Was the training? Was it the serving? Was it the tours?
Training's amazing. Like, I love the training. It's so stupid, but why? Because you look back and you know that the man next to you, and obviously women, of course, there's women up to join the infantry now, which is crazy why it's taken so long.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, it's madness. It is madness. Because I was serving with medics who were, when we were going through the shit in Afghan on the first tour, female medics, they're on the front line with you, but they can't be infantry soldiers. Yeah, but I think...
But the medic can be.
Mad, isn't it? And if Gemma was to join the army, she'd be a nurse, and she'd be stood next to you when all the shit's going down, but she's a nurse, not an infantry, and then like, oh, you can't be on the front line. Well, fucking, they're right there with you. They're helping you out as much as the next man. But I think training was the best part, and then getting to battalion, you're nervous. You called it crow, which I don't think you can call people no more now, because it's a little bit soft and snowflakey. It's combat
red tape around it.
Yeah, combat recruit to war. So it's not because you haven't been to war, so we call it crow. Yeah, so it's not a bad thing. Or a red breast, because we wear red tunic and there's nothing on your chest, so just a red breast.
Right. Okay.
A rouge derriere, maybe as well. You get called. So it's excitement, but I think training was probably the toughest because oh my god, the days there's no days, it's just hours, timings, just
forget what the day is.
You just falling, you just waking up, you're like, well, fucking Wednesday, maybe I don't know, I'm getting faster now. You're like, fuck. And it was no sunshine in Catterick, never. It's like summertime, fucking snowing, wintertime, snowing, standards, it's snowing all the time. Yeah, so training super tough, battalion amazing, awesome life because. You've done your job. You're there now because on camp life's easy. You eat, you train, you run about a bit, you get shouted at. But most time, literally just on an Xbox because with infantiers, we work when we're away and chill on camp, if that makes sense. Yeah, because you can't do infantier stuff on camp. You're just sort of chilling, getting ready, and we work when we're out of camp. And then serving, toughest thing I've done to date.
Is it really?
Nothing to compare to it. It's not an insult, I understand.
No.
A washing machine has a tough life, but constantly on the go, like. But serving on the first tour definitely changed me for life. But it is what it is. I didn't go out there not expecting it. It was war.
Of course.
And it wasn't long after the invasion that we went out there, so you're going to be chewing some dirt out there.
Yeah, like. I was going to ask, through all the training, was you still mentally prepared for what you was actually going into?
You're supposed to be.
I suppose until you experience that sort of lifestyle, you're never going to be prepared you're never going to be ready until you're actually there.
It's madness, mate, because you get your ass whooped in training because you do training. So you can Catterick, 7 months, come out, you're a soldier. You can do the Billy Basics, and then you go to I went to Kenya 6 weeks. You go to Falklands for 6 weeks. You're in Brecon for weeks on end. Nothing compares to what comes. The heat is the first thing that gets you. It's like a fucking oven, hottest place you've been to in your life. It is dry, dusty. Everything out there wants to kill you. It's fucking
even the people.
Even the people want to kill. They're not the friendliest. But that's been going on for years, isn't it? We never change it. We're out there to do a job. But it's you're infantry, so you've got to expect what's coming. And you learn out there, and that was crazy. When you pass your driving test, you can just drive.
That's what they say. You don't learn to drive until you pass your test.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and then you're out there, and then you're like, oh, this is what I'm trained for.
Yeah.
And like, you are a trained soldier, so when it comes at you, it's like slipping a shot in boxing. You trained, you're like, up there's job done. So when it comes at you, you fucking know exactly what to do. And we are. Rumours is, the British troop is the best trained troop out there. Like, I'm gonna say that I was pretty good as a soldier. It just came natural. Yeah. Because it's hands on. It's infantry. We ain't the smartest, but in a way we are, because if you're in a shitstorm, the first person you're gonna look for is an infantry, because they'll have their fucking head out that parapet looking what next to do, and you have engineers that will help you out, but engineers not gonna lead the way. Fucking infantry is the first in and last out. Yeah. And maybe that's what drew me. It's almost exciting. You finish a contacts where you've been fucking shot at. You get back to the camp, you're buzzing. You're like, fucking.
And you say, what is that like? Because all I've done is seen it on films. Yeah.
That adrenaline rush must be absolutely wild.
It's mad because
is it literally the fight or flight? Does that kick in?
Straight away, like, so. It's not a gruesome story, because we know it's not about that, is it? But ambush, I think, was my first contact, and it's just a snap. It's called the crack and thump. So crack of the weapon fire and the thump of the round going over your head, and the longer the distance between them is how far they are. And it was like, and I was like, what the fuck was that? And I was like, and then it was just like, I was like, am I being shot at? And it was almost like, not slow motion, but it was like another one. I was like, and I was looking at him, I was like, are we being fucking shot at right now? And then he was like, fucking opened up, and I just hit the ditch, and I was like, yeah, we are being fucking shot at. And it was like, Simon Price, who came down to watch the competition, was just laughing in this ditch, and there's fucking shit's going off. Ended up shooting a couple of rounds back, and it's like instinctively. Then we were with medics, and some of them bricked it. Unfortunately, they were they had a message dragging them out of situations. We were with engineers who shit their pants. It's not a knock on engineers. It's not a knock on engineers. No. And you see the cool heads, just infanteers, just waiting for like, what the fuck do we do next, sort of thing. And
is it the norm for infantry?
Yeah, because we're waiting for it. Yeah, we're like, this is our job. Yeah. Engineers go there to help you. Medics there to help you. The medics have the most VCs, Victoria Cross, in the British Army, because of the First and Second World Wars, because they were fucking out there walking around with no weapons, saving people's lives. It's just mad. A little story about the VCs. So the VCs are the highest medal you can get in the British Army. They're made from the German cannons that were captured in the World Wars.
Really?
Melted down. Yeah, it's crazy.
That's cool. That is.
So that if you, Bihari, have you heard of Bihari? He was killed, injured in Afghan. To earn one, you've got to be like literally dead. To get a medal, the Victoria Cross, you get it off the Queen. The Queen gives it to you. So that medal on your chest is made from metal down cannons they captured.
That's epic.
Fucking unreal, isn't it?
Yeah. That's a great quiz question.
Yeah,
it is. Yeah, well, they made
from. You wouldn't know that we do.
Metal, and
you do now.
Yeah, you do now.
I think a couple of years ago, I think the first ones from the shells are starting to be melted down because the cannons are all being used up. What they could use, like. But yeah, it's just natural for infantry. It's just like. And then, like, after about 2 months, it was like, they're shooting at us.
It's just the norm then, is it?
It's just, but you don't switch off. Even though you see them switch off, you're just doing what you've been taught. It's fucking, like...
Going through the motions.
Like, almost when you watch a tennis player, just fucking gliding from side to side. He makes that look easy. Watching Conor McGregor dismantle somebody in the octagon. George St. Pierre smoking somebody is like, it just looks so natural because, and we're not, that's what you got to compare yourself to, because we're professional soldiers. It just happens. You're like,
that's your job.
You're down there in the ditch, crawling up against it. You're doing this. You're taking the shots. You're doing this. You're just doing everything, and without realizing, you're like, oh, it's just natural to me. Like. But they'll live good memories, but bad memories. But I always say, the good memories outweigh the bad memories.
Of course they do. Yeah.
So, I don't hold on to anything we did. Yeah, I'd probably not a day go by where I don't think about it. Literally. Yeah. Because that's just as it is, and that's maybe why I changed the way I am.
Yeah.
As super, like I try and be positive I can. Some situation will come up, and I've had some tough ones the past few years, as we all would have. To just smash through them, just get fucking through them. Rugby player, you come up against a tough team, you got to break them. Your will's got to be stronger. So,
is that your outlook on life? You always find the positive aspect of something.
You've got to try, man. Yeah, I try my hardest. Like test, and like almost lost my brother 2 years ago. Almost lost my mother and father in the same fucking week.
What?
Just before the virus. One was a blood clot on the lung. I don't mind talking about this.
Yeah.
Mother, heart conditions. Father, and then my father had heart clots on the lungs. Fucking in hospital for weeks. They're both in their 60s, and I was like, fuck. And one of my mates tried to come to me, was like, yeah, Gav, they're both in their 60s. This shit's gonna start happening. I was like, well, fucking 60s, and I was like, then my brother had a fucking horrendous accident. But he was tough as fucking they come. Fell out the window, shattered both his legs.
Fucking hell.
Yeah, suffers with seizures.
Wow.
You might have seen him at the bandage shop now and again.
Yeah, I have, yeah.
And he's that tall. He's close on 7 foot. Opened a window and stepped out the window because he thought he was opening the door to his room.
No.
Yeah, suffers with really bad seizures. Yeah.
Fucking hell.
Yeah, challenging times, man. But I made a positive and said, could have been your spine, mate. I didn't say that to him, but in my head it was like,
yeah,
could have been your arms, could have been your head.
Yeah.
Spent 12 months in hospital, fucking countless surgeries, and now he's up and about being a pain in my ass again. Yeah. but try and be positive. And literally one of the first things I said as he was being cut off, I was like, we're in his spine, we're in his head. Because if he'd hit his head, wouldn't be. I was with the first on the scene. I was like, it's just your legs, man. It's just your fucking legs. Cut his fucking boot off. I was like, fuck, it's just your leg. It's just your legs. Yeah. He's as tough as they come, though. I mean, fucking hell.
It's a great outlook to have, though. You could
tried,
easily
man.
have gone, fucking hell.
Yeah, I was on my way to the gym. I was like, fuck my gym session up, mate. That would be awesome. Yeah, but I think that was natural. I got there, and it wasn't gruesome. It was a fucking lot of blood. He had rigger boots on, he likes to do the gardening, and it was just coming out like we don't want to talk about this, but it was pouring out there. I just kept my mum in the house. I was like, she phoned me. I was like, I think Michael's just phoned out the fucking the window. I was like, shut up, you fucking idiot. And she was like, there's something lying in the back garden. I was like, I'll fucking be there. So I stay in the house. God, they opened the back gate. I was like, Jesus Christ, Mike. Obviously went up and I'd seen the blood. I was like, just stay in the fucking house.
Yeah.
And then it was split right knee joints, fucking shattered tib and fib, and then it was open fractures of both his ankles.
Done a good job.
And I mean, they were like, woof, and they were like, he could lose a leg, but they fixed him. And he had cages, fucking hell. And he was just, and he broke him up. I don't know if I should say this. He was in hospital losing his marbles. I was like, I'm just going to take him for a coffee downstairs. My dad had a big car at the time. I took him in a wheelchair and just chucked him in the back and took him out for the day.
Let's go quick.
Yeah, it was, isn't it? Like, where the fuck have you been? I was like, I just took him out for a bit. Yeah, but he did. So he goes, I only broke my legs. I'm like, fucking hell, Mike, you look as still have one of them, mate. Yeah, the break was that bad.
He's lucky to still be here, like you said.
He's tough as fuck. He was on the floor. He was like, I'm going to go to the pub now. I was like, you are fucking going nowhere, mate. So I was like, fucking hell. But the outlook, as soon as I got there, I was like, got carted away. I was like, fucking, like, same with my mum. I was like, could have been his arms. Just breaking your arms like that. Or it would have been arms and head.
Yeah.
Chest, lungs, ribs, and you could puncture your lungs. Could have been his spine. It was his legs. It's fucking. You got two of them, so if he loses one, he's fine.
Oh yeah, what an outlook.
Yeah, try.
It is hard to keep that mentality in it, especially when, like you said, people you love, they go down.
Yeah.
But yeah, it is important to, like you said, try and practice that strong mentality. Like,
yeah, because otherwise you'll break. Sometimes
definitely.
I just sit there. Sometimes my job now is to lift weights and tidy the house. I'm like a housewife. Can I say that? I don't know.
Yeah,
house husband. I'm a house husband. And I just sit there, I'm like, fuck. It's just mad. You put thoughts in your head. So I'm like, fucking get to the gym, have a sweep up, and just be positive, because otherwise you will fucking break, mate. Honest, you see it, and you can. It's once you're in that hole, you just dig and dig. I'll get him a dig, and before you realise it, you're searching for help. So
that's it.
Be as positive you can, because if you're not, fuck, you'll cry. Trust me.
I love that. So I've said this a couple of times on the podcast. Whenever I'm struggling, I'll hit the road, go for a run, jump on my bike or something.
Yes, man.
Sounds like you just go to the gym, throw some weights around, throw some fucking massive blocks around or something.
It is.
That's all you do. Obviously, you got a training plan.
Yeah, I got coach. 3D Strength is a plug for you, Dale. And amazing coach. And he's the same. Like, I'll text him, like, I fucking feel like shit, mate. I keep myself to myself. I don't try and burden people with my problems. I always have a laugh and joke with Gemma, but like she's twice as strong as I am. If I didn't have Gemma now, fuck, I don't know. I honestly don't know. Dark days after Afghan, I think, drinking every weekend, probably substance abuse, if you can say that. She knows that, and it was a bad. Well, we drank together, and I think after the first tour, I was like, fucking do anything. I remember buying a car. It was Clio Sport. It was when Christmas shopping, bought Clio Sport. They're rapid cars, cool. Yeah. Red Hot if you want to sponsor me. Jokes.
It's not a joke.
Yeah, not a joke. Hashtag sponsor Gav. And I bought it, literally went in the night, and I had a bit of money after Afghan, bought a car, and fuck it. Come over Caerphilly Mountain, and I tried racing our Subaru, and I overtook him straight down Caerphilly Mountain. And I was like, I don't give a fuck. I was like, fuck it. Every single weekend. Yeah, I think we had like an extra 2 weeks off. We had 6 weeks off, went back on a Monday. Command officer briefed us up, was like, you got an extra 2 weeks because you got fucking hammered. Sound, went home and just every day on the piss. Stopped playing rugby, stopped training. So yeah, when I'm having bad days, I'll be like, right, get yourself to the fucking gym. Yeah. And then all bad days are like, oh fuck, I'm gonna do this or do that. So I was like, fuck, that's tough. Why am I doing this? I could just be anything else. I'd be a fucking fisherman. I'll go throw darts with it. I'm not saying darts is easy, but it's easier than lifting fucking atlas stones every day. But I love it. And then I get in the gym and I just talk to a different person. I'm not saying I got two different. I know it's almost saying.
Yeah, no,
I am positive, but
I totally know what you mean.
You'll put toys. You will sit and just go, oh, fuck. What am I doing? And sometimes I get to a session. I'm like my arms are a bit cut up from stones yesterday. And my fucking arms from my back. And it's like, what am I doing? And I realise I look at my trophy. I look at that's all the. Fuck it, you look what's in your account. You got to have something to drive you, or the buzz of like when they call you out in front of like the biggest was like 10,000 at Brits, fucking amazing. Or Sheffield, or the Royal Albert Hall I competed at, mate, which was my first Giants live show. Went out, 7,000 people in the Royal Albert Hall. 100 years since the first show was ever there, Strongman show. Like Louis Sandow and all that. It was fucking amazing. So when I'm about to fucking punch a hole in the wall. Something stressed me out. See shit on Facebook and it's fucking not real, is it?
No.
And you just wish you could just fucking. It's a great tool. Facebook's a great tool, but you just see shit. You're like, oh god, like fucking put the phone down, get yourself to the fucking gym, sweep up. My sessions at 3 o'clock. I'm gonna sweep up. I've got a client coming in, sweep up, mop up, sit there, and it's like, this is my fucking. This is
your happy place.
It is. Unless I'm chilling out on the sofa on the Xbox.
You want to drop that one in, didn't you?
Yeah. Of course it is. Yeah, but she's Gemma. Fucking people say it all the time, but you need someone. I think this is a lonely world if you're on your own. I know it can be a dark place.
Totally.
Anybody, cat, dog, could be a fish.
Yeah.
But I got a Gemma, so.
Class.
Yeah, and she's fucking.
She looks after you, like.
Yeah, I could never be as strong as that woman. It's as simple as that. I think we all.
Different breed.
Yeah, they are the
Different
crazy women, but they are the strongest thing on this planet. I think.
Yeah,
it's mental.
Definitely.
Men are just along for the ride. I think.
That's what it is. But that's what it is.
Yeah.
So, like, we got to the end of your army career. Was it just a split decision then and going, fuck it, I've had a guts full? Or?
It was. I don't want to mention names.
No.
Fuck it. Yeah, my boss, Kev Jury, was doing my I don't care. So I was on the recruiting team. He won't see this. You fucking lizard.
I'll send it to him.
I'll drop it off at his house. It was just as I started progressing in sport. When I first started, I was just after I left, I was thinking, was I staying? Do I go back in? I was still out back in. But then it was like they were just taking the piss with the sport, weren't they? So like, what are you doing that for? It's just gonna get fucking fat, just this, and taking the piss out of me and this. And then I was like, I'll fucking show you. You're a failed rugby, you failed this. I was like, no, I just made the decision then. I had Matty Dwyer, it's plug for him, you love her. Fucking Shrekhead. Would absolutely love her. Just said do it, and I said the same with this, and then I got out Smudge as well, Christian Smith, big fucker. He's from Pontypool way. Yeah.
I'm not sure of him.
Christian Smith.
He's playing, is he, or is he?
Brian Avon. Was he from Brian Avon? Yeah, he is, yeah. He's a bit of a unit, yeah. Well, you would have seen him vote with me, mate.
Yeah.
And he was like, go for it, fucking go for it. All my close mates, like, go for it. PTI's, James Moriarty, you'll love this as well. Awesome bloke, boxer. I think he's still in now. He's like, do it. And all the good boys, but there's all just idiots at the top level laughing at me. And I was like, I will show you. And then I was like, got home and went, I'm fucking done. I'm fucking done. They tried to tuck me up and send me back to battalion. I had issues going on at home, like we've discussed. I was like, my boss knew all about them, just couldn't give a shit. Love the job, it's just the odd person, just wanted to stick that knife in. But the battalion, Welsh Guards come through, sent me back down, and I got out from Cardiff.
Good result.
6 weeks later, mate. I was
right,
fucking champion. You first Welshman to win it. Amazing messages, and I was like, yeah, fucking, how about that, like?
Yeah, definitely.
So it was literally, it was just bubbling, and there was just one thing, which I won't have to discuss, but sent me over the top. I was like, done. You're done. You've had 13 years of my life. Love the job.
You spoiled it.
Yeah. I mean, they could have had me still serving.
You would have stayed there forever, would you?
It was
if
a
they
great
treated
job.
you right.
Yeah, recruiting was an amazing job, and that was a great thing for him to have. But maybe my stature put him off. Because the army's like, 6-pack this, and running about in trainers. Well, not really. I'll just run through a wall for you. I'll take that tank out for you.
I'll carry that cannon on my chest.
Yeah, it was one thing sent me over, and I got home, and we both agreed. I would never make any decisions. I spoke with Gemma. She fucking do it, and then I just set my fucking mind to it. Became this, and I truly believe I'll win the world's strongest. From that day, I was like, got out. I was like, 3 years from now, I'll win the world's strongest man, and I'm making it. It's gonna happen.
Good on you, bud.
Yeah.
I'm sure you will.
Yeah.
I think if you believe it, I know it's not believe, achieve, but I respect every athlete. But I know I will just punch a hole in the chest as I get through. I don't care. You ain't gonna outwork me. You won't beat me. They beat me now just due to experience. I'm just
you're brand new to the sport, but
3 years, fourth years, nothing in a sport. You were, they wouldn't even look at you in the UFC. You'd be fighting 4 years, but no chance. So
Bellator, I think
I'm at the top level, mixing up with these guys, and I need just a rub of the green,
Of course you do.
Yeah, like, when you beat the All Blacks, it goes your way. The bounce goes your way. The decision.
Yeah, that's it.
So, I didn't see that, and it's just. Yeah, it would just fall and it would just lock into place, and I'll take traction and there it is. Yeah.
So your rugby career then, I'm guessing that was during the time in the army?
Yeah, it was almost like on because I was still serving when I was playing for.
Yeah, you turn up in all your uniform and now.
Couldn't see me.
Salute you. Die.
Yeah. You couldn't see me, something. Just a head, just by a bush. So, yeah, move yeah, but it was a long sight because without boxing, I think rugby's probably the biggest sport in the British Army.
Yeah,
the parallel. Jack Marshman, UFC fighter. Yeah, he was the para middleweight champion. I think he smashed to pieces. I think, if I'm not right, I hope that's his right weight.
Yeah.
Don't insult him if he wasn't that heavy. Yeah, but he was fighting. He's his para. His division's champion, and then got picked up by the UFC. So same sort of thing.
That's where it come from then. Fuck, I didn't know.
Yeah, I didn't know he was in the army.
Yeah, he was. I don't think he's still so now because he's flat with the UFC now. And he's out there doing a good job flying the flag for Wales. Amazing. Yeah. Worked with him in Bridgend with the military prep college, which is awesome. He was getting ready for a fight then. He was looking in good, and again he came for a run with us. He was flying out to have a fight, but that's how it worked. I got released to play rugby because the battalion do that. They're like, because then you say, what do I do for a living? I'm in the army. Then you might spark something. Also, is a good thing. Plays for Bath. The winger for Bath.
Fijian?
I can't think of his name. Played for England a few times.
Yeah, no, I can't.
Oh my God, this is such
it's a funny name. I don't even want to try and pronounce it.
Rockundunguni, yeah.
Something like that, yeah. It's along M lines. I know what you're on about.
Yeah, let's call Rock. And he's played for Bath. He's like the top try scorer.
Yeah, unbelievable.
He's in the army.
Mutant of a player, yeah.
He come on the scene, didn't he? Straight out the army. Had a couple of games for Bath, called straight into the English squad, and just carved up.
I think his first cap was England, New Zealand, wasn't it?
Was it?
Yeah.
Nice
so,
one.
Yeah, enjoy that. Yeah, have that.
Football, buddy.
Yeah.
Class.
Yeah, he's awesome. He's absolutely wrecking it with Bath. So, yeah.
But that was you type of thing.
Yeah, they released me. I went to Cardiff because like recruiting's the thing you want with the British Army. You want recruiting because you're like in for 9 and you finish at 5 every day. No. There were some days when I wouldn't go in. I don't care now. So yeah. And when I first went down, it was crazy. You were like, WhatsApp group, don't bother coming in, nothing on, don't bother. And then they're like, why are the numbers so low? I'm just like, I don't know.
Nobody wants to join.
Yeah, no one wants to join, mate. Yeah, that's all it was. Yeah, telling the boss. But then, so I was playing for Bridge. I was with Newbridge for a while, and then didn't get on with them, and I couldn't really find my feet with them. And then I had one game for Bridgend against Cross Keys, the match before they won the Premiership Cup. Okay. I was out in the Isle of Man playing, Isle of Wight, can't remember which one, with British Army. And Mike Hook was the coach. Text Matty, just texting Matty, are you available for this game against Cross Keys who were trying to save, because the captain was the hooker when he didn't get on with Matty.
Oh, okay.
His name, good player, really good player. I'm not sure if he's still playing.
I think he is. I think he left Bridgend that year, I think.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
You might know him, so like they would drop the captain for Matty, and the crowd did not like it. He'd come on, they'd boo him and all that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was bad. And he just texted, and then Matty was just chatting and went, what are you doing Saturday? I was like, nothing, bro. Jimmy's like, no, you're playing for Bridgend. I was like, oh, sound. So then I came home, I think on like the Thursday, went up and played against Cross Keys, we beat them, and then Mike Hook was like, we'll sign you next year. And then I signed for him. I had a season with Mike Hook, awesome season we had a great season. Really got some teething problems, but I think the team was awesome. Captained by Zach O'Driscoll, fucking outstanding player. I'm not sure if
he's still the game. He's just gone back to Bridgend.
He had a bit of time off, and he disappeared for a while, didn't he? Or was he
signed for Cardiff.
Oh yes, of course
he came to Cardiff. They just completely shredded the Prem that year, I think.
Yeah, they would.
They did carve up, and then he's just gone back to Bridgend. I think Cardiff signed a few boys from the Bridgend squad that we played in.
Yeah, they have.
Joe Gatt went up there.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, there was a couple that went up to Cardiff, and it was a quality squad, wasn't it? Good fun, good crack.
It was, mate. It was really good, and I think he's one of the best players and captains I've ever played with. Zach O'Driscoll. There's
I agree.
3 or 4 brothers.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, the O'Driscolls, and they're all solid. Yeah,
Yeah.
as solid as they come. Yeah,
It all went through a brick wall, but Zach was, what a captain should be.
Yeah.
He come off pitch battered, wouldn't he? And
yeah.
mutantly fit. I don't think he was like Jim Strong, it's not an insult, but I'd see him cut boys into him like, how the fuck? And then, or you wouldn't get shifted from a ruck. I'm just like, I don't understand it. But, and then I'd see him like stick the head onto the, he was the open side for the Wizards. We had a hell of a game against them. It's when like the first half just kept going and going and going. It was a hell of a mess.
It could have been any game because one of the brothers would have a dig and then
The other brother jumped
there
in.
they come.
Yeah, that's the crazy thing I've seen.
It was brilliant.
Broke his nose, flew in, and they had a good open side, and obviously they're going head to head. And as he sort of tried to steal the ball, Zach cleaned him out of the ruck, and it was an almighty crack. He's like, fucking hell, Zach. And I was like, fuck, he broke his nose. It's like, boom. And he was like, yeah, job done. I was like, oh, sound, he's off. But like, the first half went on for like 40 minutes, or like whatever it was. I was like, how the fuck? There's like 10 more minutes. And then Mike was going, what the fuck's happening with this half? Kept going and going and going. Yeah, but he was an amazing player, tough as it came. Definitely
he was.
wasn't a fucking mess with him.
that.
Awesome guy, loved the sport, super knowledgeable and great leader. Yeah, but that's how I ended up with, just so the army sort of release you.
Yeah.
And you're an ambassador. I fucking loved it. It was at one point I was with the Ospreys, with Bridgend. I was meant to go and train with the Ospreys, and I was like this A squad.
Yeah. Well, I went halfway through the season. I did see because I rugby league come to Caerphilly, so I thought, I'm going to give that a go.
Yeah.
So yeah, I left halfway through that season, and then you went on to do your thing, and didn't you?
Yeah, I loved it. I think it was at one point I was like, I'm going to be a fucking pro rugby player. That's what I wanted. Got the opportunity to play for a really good Premiership side. We were on a bit hell of a run. I think it was like 7 games we didn't get beaten. I think the first win was Neath away, and we fucking dicked them. And I remember just like leading the charge. It was lush. threw in like a switch and all. I was like, damn it. Give a goose step, and I was in that thing.
How times have changed, Brad.
Yeah, no.
So you're doing a goose step now. Fucking hell.
Like a buffalo step.
Yeah, the bull step.
Yeah, but it was a great game. Everything clicked. I mean, a couple of lads come down, Ollie Cracknell.
Yeah. Because we had a good relationship with the Ospreys, and they'd bring. It weren't like ringer boys. They were bringing like real quality
he was with them
players
for a long time. He was starting from, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Absolutely. He came down, and
I remember Owen Watkin used to come down the centre.
Fucking Wales, man.
Yeah.
Every time he comes on, I'm like, play with that man. I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Lloyd Evans
You
would
can't even
always
say
play
that's
for
your
us.
claim to fame now.
No, I used to. I can't.
You've got a
now.
bigger one now.
Yeah, and he came down. I was like, fuck, he's a big old boy, Ollie Cracknell, and he was just fucking hitting the shit out of these fucking Neath forwards. And I was like, and then you could see the level change.
Yeah.
Yeah, another back row come down as well, didn't he? Oh, I can't think of his fucking name. Awesome lad. I can't think of his fucking. Ollie Cracknell was playing. I was like, he's fucking big fucker, isn't he? And it was just like, you see like the physicality, the fitness. Led the charge for us. I think Zach was away. I don't know, or me, whatever. Something.
Do you know what you're thinking of? It might be the one who's playing for England now, because he was with the Ospreys. I'm sure he had a couple of games for Bridgend.
Oh, wow, I know you.
Not Tom Curry. Come on, Short, help me out.
I know you're on about, mate. He was because he signed with the Ospreys, and when they've seen the size, oh fucking hell.
Yeah.
I always say when he comes on, like we could have had him.
Well, he left the Ospreys then, and I think he might be with Bath now as well. I'm not too sure, but he's absolutely killing the game.
Monster.
Yeah, on the international scene.
I'm Googling as we speak.
Yeah,
Awesome. Oh.
Just going to shout names I do.
He's a regular starter.
Underhill.
Sam Underhill.
Yeah, he was. Yeah,
Sam Underhill. Yeah.
Yeah, because everyone's like, have you seen the size of him and all about the Ospreys? And he's like, he signed for Bridgend because there's no space at the Ospreys. I was like, who the
Yeah,
fuck is
that's
that?
it.
Like,
Yeah.
who's this bloke?
Yeah.
He's a unit.
It was really good
mutant.
time, wasn't it, to play for Bridgend, like?
Yeah, it was, mate.
He was
Yeah, we went on an awesome winning streak, like 7 on the bounce, and then just obviously things happen. You can't keep that up unless, something like Evervale. But yeah, we had a great squad.
It was, yeah, and a couple of Philly boys, we'd all jump in the car, go down. Well, none of us really knew any of the Bridgend boys.
Yeah.
Real good crack it was.
Yeah, almost so straight in there as well. They like went through pre-season, it was tough, and then they test your metal, and then they see what you like when you like contact, and then I think the first game was Evervale at home. We put a hell of a show on, but
Yeah, it was.
great fucking show, mate.
Scored a great try there, Mark Bennett. Give him a little offload out the back. remember like it was yesterday.
He's a good
It
player.
was real good, yeah.
Bit of an old dad, like. Yeah, but rugby was a huge part of my life until injury. It was my thumb. I broke my nose out in France, bad. I did my tendons out my fingers. And I remember recovering from the hand, and I was just like, I just couldn't get that physical no more. I don't know what it was. I just remember went for trials for the British Army, and I remember almost running the same sort of moves I was running last year. You know, like running a Carter or something like that. Just couldn't catch a ball. It may as well be in a fucking throwing an eel at me. I was like, the fuck is this?
Because of the injuries or just one of them bad days?
I meant mental blocks. I think because I went out to France and I remember mullering somebody because I just smoked someone and just rolled out of there, offloaded, and as I went to chop them, I was like, that hurt my hand. I was like, oh my God. I was like, guy landed on top of me, played on for about 5 minutes, went to the line, I was just like, oh, my hand don't seem to be working. Used to just tape up my thumbs, you have your little things. I was like, fuck. I was like, oh, don't. And then guy come on, cut the tape off. It was a fucking lump in my wrist. He's like, oh, I think you broke your wrist. I was like, I think I fucking have. So there's a little bit of a difference. It's like no knuckle there. Like, there's nothing. And then there's... It was fucking whole year to recover.
Was it?
Because up in France, they're fucking lovely people. But, they just put the cast on, sprayed it with warm water, and then it's set. To be honest, just a broken thumb. 30 days later, obviously I was home the day after. 30 days later, I went to A&E. And then the X-ray, didn't they? Like, oh, we can't see nothing. I was like, yeah. They're like, no, because the X-ray you give us fucking blurry. And then when they X-rayed on the spot, they're like, you need surgery. Like right now, it's like dislocated, broken in 3 places. There's bits of floating bone. I was like, fucking sound. 6 hours later, I was having surgery. And I was like, fucking pins. I had two K2 wires, 3 micro screws. I was like, what the? I got a cameo photo on my phone somewhere. It's fucking gross as fuck. Like, yeah. They just set me back so long. And I remember cutting it off. Went up with Bridgend for a bit, but just couldn't do it. Just couldn't get back.
Yeah.
To like that physical, couldn't get that fitness in me. I was like, fucking done. Done. Yeah.
Just going to touch on our one word gross. Before we come on, you two talked about your initiation test for Bridgend. Tell us about it.
Well, we've done 2. We got tucked up, I think.
They definitely had the Capilli boys. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think it was the first pre-season game in. Well, they weren't the nicest of places, were they?
I'm sure it's Bader.
I'm sure it was Bader. So, yeah, we done one there, and was that the Raven Pie?
No, the Raven Pie didn't come out till we were home, mate.
Right, so...
We're still scarred by that, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, my God, mate. I can still smell it.
It was Falcon who made it, and I'll never forget, because the smell was disgusting. And I don't even want to know what was in there, because it was...
What do you think was there, roughly?
Well...
Human being. Rodent.
It was something like... gone off dog food, 2-month-old kebab or something. It was grim.
There was a bit of pitch, there was grass in it.
Yeah.
A bit of mud.
So yeah, no, it was the best and the worst initiation I've done. Class day, don't remember the night. Yeah. But yeah, I can't really say a lot because I was blindfolded, very, very vulnerable. And I don't really want to speak about it.
That was a big thing, wasn't it? You weren't meant to tell. You're not meant to tell. Like,
yeah.
We don't play from them all, so it's okay. But, yeah, they're like, oh, you love it, and you're in the physio's room across from the change room, and you're in your birthday suit, like, and I think you're blindfolded with an old pair of socks, and then you can hear everyone sniggering as you sort of walk into the room, kind of like, and there's. You get hosed down, you get hit with brushes, and I got twatted with like the snow shovel at the back of the head. And there was something.
It was brutal, wasn't it?
Something put in my mouth with chili sauce on, hot dog shape. I don't know what that was. Amazing. Like, yeah, I think it's the best one I've ever done.
Yeah, it was good.
I did. Oh, where was it? Oh, Newport. Newport was just a naked bus with a song. It was easy.
Yeah.
I was like naked.
What's yeah, there it is.
Down a can, naked bus, up and down, job done. I was standing on my head, out the way. Yeah. But yeah, it's a great bunch of lads. It's literally no harm. It's about you joining that like little brotherhood we spoke about, because then you're scarred for life like they are.
Right, let's get on to the meat. Let's get on to the real reason why you're here, Matt. Yeah. So you left the army and you said 6 weeks later you won a competition.
Yeah.
Talk to us about that. What competition?
Yeah, so yeah, like I said, I left the army. So definitely people laughing behind my back, and I just almost had a point to prove. I was like, you fucking...
Puts a bit of fire in the belly,
didn't it? It did. I was focused anyway, but that is just, yeah. It was like
a little personal battle that you're going through in your head.
Because they were like sort of like laughing and just sniggering and we got rid of that idiot. Like I was like, sound. And then 6 weeks, won the UK Strongest Man. Never been won by a Welshman before.
That's unbelievable.
I think it's one of the toughest it's called because you have indoor and outdoor arenas, and it's been labelled as the toughest outdoor arena show ever. Like, because it's 3 days, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, or Saturday, Sunday, Monday. So you have to qualify through Wales' Strongest Man. So I qualified there, come in second. It was my first sort of year rolling into it.
Yeah.
I got there and everything just felt. Out in Ireland, I was on my own because of the virus. We were in the Galway prison, is it? Awesome scenery. But it was at night time because the place was grey. It was just like grey prison.
Yeah.
Can't really get much. So they did it at night time. So they got like pyrotechnics and fireworks and big, like the shooting flames that you have at the Six Nations games. Yeah. And then if you go back and watch it, it's still on like demand now, most probably. Maybe you can find it. And it just looks awesome. And they light it up, and this prison has got some history to it. It's like, apparently the Crays were held there or something like that. So there's all these lights going off. First day, I was like, I feel rough as fuck. I don't know what else. Maybe it's food. Just didn't feel good. Second day, so you have to finish like within the top 6 the first day.
Yeah.
Bottom 2 get knocked out. Then you got to finish top 4, bottom 2 get knocked out to make the final 8. So 16.
No, every day. Is that a new tournament, so to say?
Yeah.
So if you do okay in the first one, but then have a great day.
Again.
Yeah, so it's 0 points, but you keep your position. So if you're first, you wipe the points, but you stay first. That means if you're first, you go out last. And if you're last, you come out first.
So you're better off going out last to see what everybody else is lifting.
Yeah, but then it's sort of random. So on the first day, you have 2 groups, Group A and Group B, 8 of you in each. You pick a number, and if you're number 1, you're fucking out first. So then from that, if you win it, you go up last. So if you win the first event, you come up last in the second. So you get more of a rest, and you see who you got to beat. It's just a little bonus for you doing so well in the previous event. First night, I was like, I don't feel this. Why are we doing it at night? I was just, prison was cold, sat in these little, so you're in sort of like the communal areas of the prison is disused. Like, they film series and stuff like that. They do like loads of ghost tours there. The first day went okay. I think I finished 1 from being knocked out. I finished like it's 8. I was like 6. I was like, fuck, I was close. I almost got dropped. Like, it was literally like half a point.
First competition though.
Yeah, the first. Yeah, so the first day I was like, oof, I was close because it's
day 1 first competition.
Yeah, your first ever competition. And for me now, you're thinking, fuck it, I just for getting there. It's a massive accolade anyway.
It was amazing. It's awesome. The best of the best athletes out there. They've all qualified. They've all in their shot to be there. Super tough, super heavy. Conditions were nice. These things all add up.
Yeah.
Raining, blowing, being a little soft. Like, oh, I'm cold. There was 1 point from being like dropped out. I was like, I made it through. I didn't want to get knocked out on the second day. Well, the first day's worst. Second day, then I finished second overall. I was like, that's good. So I'm definitely through now. And I didn't win any events because you can get through without winning. Yeah. And my first event win was on the last day when I won the loading. I was like, if I can stay top 5, it was like a 100 kilo sandbag, 25 meters out, run, load it. They get heavier and heavier as you get closer.
Yeah.
Last was a 180 kilo sandbag, like 2 meters from like a 5-foot platform. So I got like
how heavy?
So we went from 100 to 180 kilo sandbag. These things
Two
are
of me, like
that's a big incline, like.
Oh, they're huge. It was like 100, then 120. They're getting like 5 meters closer. Yeah. I was a lot heavier than I am now. I was like 200 kilos plus, not fit at all, just super static. Any press, and I would beat anybody at that level.
Yeah.
And Mark Felix was in front of me. I could see him moving. Oh, I'm going to finish second. Runs up, bumps into the platform, drops. I was like, I'm going to win this fucking first time. Throws a sandbag. I'm like, I turned to Sadrunas Saviskas, who is a fucking legend, GOAT, greatest of all time, 4 times world's strongest man, and everything in between. I just turned to him and I said, am I fucking first? He was like, first. I was like, fucking. I was like, if I can win this, I said, this is my worst event. I was hoping to get top 5, and then it was squat when it was 300 kilos, but in like water bottles in a cage.
Oh, yeah.
So you just go under fucking knee. If it had fucking given away, I would have died. Because the safety bars is like, it was one size for everyone. I was like, I'm going to die, so I better win this. So
on top.
Then I won the truck pull. Then I won the arm over arm. Or the truck pull. It was like 20 ton, 2 like skip things, 1 like blasted it.
Class.
So I won 2 events on the bounce. I was like, fucking hell, this is flying. So this is like 16 points. Come second in the squat. I didn't but I mean, if it was powerlifting, none of the guys rep who beat me would have. Yeah, I was going to ask the grass, and the guy who beat me, I was still sore about that. Even though I won, I was still bitter that I didn't win that event. Like, yeah, then I kind of think I come second, then second again. I was like, and everyone was like, congratulations before the last event. I was like, I ain't fucking done yet. And there was a little bit that went on when then there was another athlete who asked me to take it easy so we could finish second.
No way.
So it'd be first and second. Wales, yeah, so It's never happened before. Having 2 Welshmen in the finals never happened before. Having a Welshman win it has never happened before. You'll know who he is if he listens to this. Come up to me and was like, take it easy on me, mate. Let me beat you, and then I will win this event, and it'll be Wales's first number 1 and 2. I was like, can't do it, mate.
No.
I worked the maths out. I was like, yeah, if I beat him, it's the points that I can't be caught. The points he cannot beat me. Like power stairs, we lift these 3. They were 200 kilos each, 3 of them. The mini pyramids with handles. You got to pick them up and go up these stairs. It was 5 flights of stairs.
Yeah, I know.
Up and down, blasted it, and I could just hear the thud on the other side as he was lifting. And I picked it up and poof, and he was behind me. I was like, see that fucking slow? I did to the 5th one, got to the top. I was like, oh my god, I'm like fucking 2 in front, run back down. I got again, it was 2 in front. Then on the last one, I knew all I do was complete it, and then I was like, he ain't fucking beat me. I'm not doing that. I just couldn't trust my. I was just like, I haven't got that in me to let you beat me.
Yeah.
I went up and every time I thudded, he was behind me, and I just got to the top, and I was fucking celebrating. He went to shake my hand. I was like, fucking, I was like, not a chance. Like, but Mark Felix overviewed the conversation. Mark Felix is a fucking legend of the sport. I was like, don't listen to him. So just go win it.
Good.
He was just like, oh, will you? Because it'll be Wales's 1 and 2. That's never happened. I was just like, can't do it, Mark. I said, I can't. I just mentioned his name. I don't give a shit. I'm a positive guy. Like,
I get it. It would be good for the country, but
I didn't have it in me, mate.
no, it's fine.
You're competitive. I know you're going there to win.
Yeah, because I was like, oh, if I take my time, what if I drop so far down that I lose the title? But it was nowhere could have been caught because of the points difference. But I was just like, can't do it, mate.
If he beat you, just because he beat you, you'd be like, oh, well done.
Yeah.
But
yeah, he had no chance, mate.
It doesn't sit right with me, that don't.
He's a great athlete, but when he asked me that, I was like, change your opinion forever now, mate.
Yeah, definitely.
So, go on.
So winning that tournament, do you call it a tournament competition?
Yeah, competition, yeah.
So winning that, you won that yourself, as an individual.
Yeah.
Does that outweigh any big rugby game you've won or any team sports that you've done?
I think it does
because you're doing that purely
on
for
your
you.
own. Yeah, you have I've got training partners and I've got a coach, but
when you're on the stage, as you,
my coach is not going to help me lift the weights.
No,
same as a coach the rugby team. Like I won the premiership with the Welsh Guards, haven't I? We won like twice, got to the finals 4 times. And that's an amazing thing to do, but like it's a team, so kind of cool, awesome coach. The team I was playing for the Welsh Guards when I first joined. But yeah, the first 4 years we got the finals every year. And funny enough, when I started, and they got me off the bench, we actually won it, which is a crazy thing, isn't it? I did say that. I said, look, it's the 3rd year you finally played me and we won.
Coincidence.
Yeah, it wasn't a joke, was it? I mean, I got dropped the squad. I got dropped out of the squad because of senior players, and a fucking Coldstream Guard officer played instead of me, which is fucking incredible. I don't know how that works. And then the second year I was on the bench, didn't get off the bench because of the coaches. And then the 3rd year we made the finals, I started the game, and I was like, funny that.
Won the game.
And then the following year we defended. I was like, funny that. I was like, yeah, but great to win now. But this sport is on its own when it comes to that because no one's going to do it for you. They can shout as much as they want. They can tell you as much as they want. It does. It's the best thing I've done on my own so far. So
that's awesome.
Until I lift that golden trophy, when I become the world champion, then at the moment I'm feeling good for Britain's Strongest Man next month. But
so let's talk about that. Twice UK Strongest Man.
Yeah, back to back. Yeah,
back to back. When I was a kid, there was a guy called Gary Taylor. Gary Taylor, he was a legend, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was. He won the world's strongest man, only Welshman to ever win it.
But he's about 2 foot tall.
Yeah, he was 2 foot tall, about 8 foot wide.
Yeah, he couldn't do the Atlas stones, could he? Because he couldn't lift.
That was the thing. The year he won it, I'm sure it was in 1986. I'm sure it was, but he won absolutely. He was on the podium a few times before and after.
Yeah.
But what was his downfall was statically untouchable. Moving, he would beat anybody. He had a physique of a bodybuilder. Like if you look at Mariusz Pudzianowski, 5 times world's strongest man, had the same sort of physique as him.
Yeah.
Like not a bodybuilder in the sense that like they go on and pose on the show because they were a little bigger, much bigger. But they changed the height of the stone platforms, and when someone is 5 foot, whatever height he is, he will. Yeah. I don't care how strong you are when you're 2 foot shorter than a platform, you can be as wide as you want.
Yeah, you're up against it, you know.
Yeah, and I think he turned his back on the sport after that. I mean, there's rumours of why he did it, but I just wish he'd stayed a little bit longer. So I think he just went. But he won everything. If you look at his Wikipedia and look at his titles,
it's massive.
He won everything.
The only reason why I mention him is because for us now, you're up there with him.
well, someone actually mentioned that no other Welsh athletes ever won any sort of title except him. And as soon as I won it, I had a message saying, "Mate, you're like the second most successful." I was like, "Oh, cool, that's not too bad." And then when I won it again, I was like, "Nobody else has won this out from Wales. There's been many that have tried. Some absolute mutants have gone through that system and come up short." Yeah, the athletes are different, but you can't just hold on to the past because
Of course not.
you can't compare today against yesterday because it just doesn't work like that.
No, of course not.
Like I think Tyson Fury nailed it on the nail on the head when he got asked about boxing. Like, "Oh, would you fight Mike Tyson?" I'd love to fight him, but you can't compare us because it's different eras. It's different fighters. I'm the champion now. He was champion back in the day.
Yeah. People often say that Gareth Edwards is the best rugby player ever, and if he played these days, like you can't say that.
No,
because if he played these days,
It's
somebody put a hole in him, type of thing.
It would look at the size of a centre now.
Yeah, exactly.
To a centre back in the day. I mean, you couldn't read, and a prop from back in the day. Yes, they were great rugby players. That's not knocking it, but Jamie Roberts coming down full tilt down the channel, I'd be like, "Nope, thank you very much."
No.
Yeah, different games.
But yeah, it's unbelievable to think that you're brand new to the sport. Really, how long have you been doing it?
This is my 4th year within the sport now. Yeah, like, and my first professional year was last year when I called myself a pro strongman. When I was working security. Awesome guy, awesome job in Tresillian and the Hugged Centre, which is a homeless shelter. One's council run, one is private, and you have to deal with substance users who are also homeless. Great system to have, otherwise they'd be on the street with nothing. But when there's 2 of you dealing with just shy of 60 people, I don't care how tough you think you are. First day,
you're gonna lose now.
First day I was tackled with a screwdriver. Didn't come at me. Obviously, I knew a bit of taekwondo from back in the day. I just disarmed him. I actually had to literally almost disarmed him. That's not a joke. I worked with a great guy called Bart. He calls himself Bart the bodybuilder. He's awesome, but with a Polish guy, amazing. It was like 12 weeks, 16 weeks. I had to call it for the Worlds. I'd never had my phone on me because it was quite a physical job. Yeah, but weirdly I enjoyed it. But then it started bringing troubles home to me. Like, I was fucking stressed. Like, they would push your buttons.
Yeah.
But I had a phone call off Colin Bryce, who is the guy who runs and owns Giants Live, along with Darren Sadler, out the fucking blue. "Do you want to come to the World's Strongest Man?" And I was like, "What?" He was like, "We fly out in 10 days' time." I was like,
"Wow."
I was like, "Fucking hold up." I was like, "Ring Jem, leave the hospital. I need my fucking passport number." I can't. I was like, "Fucking go home." Like, I was getting so stressed, but I was like, "Oh my God," because there was just a rumour after I won the UKs, somebody at the next episode World's got to be. I was like, "Fucking," it's like, not a chance. And then it was that fucking week, wasn't it? I went back to work. It was mad. I won that on the weekend. I had Monday off. Went back to work Tuesday. I was just sat there in the office like that.
I'm UK's strongest man in the
office. No one knew. Nobody knew. Like, they'd offering that. The people I was fucking working with. Awesome though. People behind the scene, like, who were working in that place, fucking deserve medals.
Oh, of course, yeah.
Because we were only there for that company was working with 6 months. I said, "How long has this place been open?" They're like 4 years. I was like, "And you've had no security?" They're like, "Nope, no security at all." So I had to deal with them, COVID and everything. And then Darius, the guy who owns the company, I don't know how it came about. It's just I ended up getting a job with them. He said they'll fucking challenge you because of the size of me, and they fucking did. Literally no joke. Every couple of days, they're like, "Generally, order me a new shirt."
It's a competition for them, see, isn't it?
What? But I'm not. I don't cut about like that. I never have, never will. No. But I'll walk a mile to avoid a fight, won't back down an inch when it comes my way. And them fuckers tested me, and I was like, "Why are you doing this?" I'm like in a restrained hold. I have to. I was like, "What's wrong with you?" I was like, "What do you think it was going to happen?" And I'm going to get my Uncle John Smith to beat me up. I'm like, "I'll wait. I finished 8, I'll wait." Mate. And then I had a juiced up card, and I had like an ST3 that had all the mods on it. So I try and roll in with these massive exhausts, and there's view out the window. I was like, "Oh, God," I was into it. I was like, "Fuck." I was like, "Boo." I was like, "Oh, don't look out your window." I come back and they'd like spit on my car stuff. I throw it out the window. If I couldn't get underneath, and I was like, I need to buy a shit box to come to and from work. But
exactly, yeah.
After I went back I went out the Worlds. It was in Florida, Bradenton Beach, and just experienced the professional. I'd never done a Giants Live show before. Did Europe's when the virus hit, but it was at Allington Castle, which was really weird. It was like not like Europe's Strongest Man's going to be this year in front of like 30,000 people. It was just in a castle where one of the guys lives by the castle, just like 12 athletes competing. It was outside, it was odd as fuck. It was like, this is weird.
Yeah, that's wild.
That's my first experience of Giants Live. Then my next step was World's Strongest Man. I was like, what the fuck?
Mental.
But the thing was, I was going out as a reserve.
Right.
So they have 20 athletes, 5 reserve, or if they have 25, so I was like, okay, cool. He said, it'll be an amazing experience and probably the best training camp of your life because we have a yard called the Poking Yard with all the equipment you can test and train there. Awesome. Fly out there. 2 blokes catch COVID. And I was like, okay. They're not allowed to fly out. I was like, all right then. I was actually wearing one of his t-shirts. Forsmark, Danish guy, fucking mutant of it. I think he's a policeman. Huge bloke. And just whispers went through the camp. It's like, it's going to be you taking this place. I was like, no, there's people before me.
Yeah.
Colin Bryce comes to my room a couple of days before they start competing. He's like, you're fucking in, mate. I was like, holy shit. And then rung Jem. I was like, I'm fucking in group, like, what's it, group 5? I was like, I'm in group 5. And
what was that like? What was that feeling like? Thinking
it was weird. So many just like cliches. It was like surreal as fuck. I was in my room, fucking food was stunning. I was just smashing the food in me.
he was happy enough.
Yeah, and downloading Netflix on the TV. I had the Xbox because we weren't allowed out of the rooms. Unless you know, because of the COVID was still in effect up there. Or some places we couldn't go about like. And he just knocked the door. I was like, what the fuck's on the door? I usually keep my door open, sort of like an army thing we used to have. We'd have to keep our doors open on the landings we live in, just so boys can come and chat. And then I just shut there. I thought, oh, maybe it's Luke Richardson, maybe it's one of the other guys coming to chat to me. It's open. And I was like, oh, cool. I kind of come in. I was like, oh, have I fucking done something? Or I'm not competing. He's like, happy? I was like, yeah, feeling fresh. He was like, you're fucking in. And I was like, well, he's like, you're in group 5, mate. I was like, and then I got added into the group, and I was like, yeah, super emotional. I was like, fuck. I was like, wow. I mean, because it's maybe because of my humble backgrounds. Like,
yeah, definitely.
We're not born with a silver spoon up our ass. It just. I got interviewed, and like, how do you feel? I was like, just familiar. Weird, because then I watched the Conor McGregor interview, and he's holding the 2 belts.
Yeah.
And someone says, "How's it feel?" He went, just familiar. It just felt
natural.
Like it's like I loved rugby, I loved boxing, loved military, the army, but I've said something. Obviously, it's stupid to say, but I'm willing to die. I'm willing to go. Somebody asked me in the gym the other day, or was about the top level. I said, you see a lock when you walk into that change room. There's like you can imagine walking into like a change room of a UFC back room. I can't leave talk Jack the Tank Shaw. They are willing to go to fucking war. Like, yeah. I've competed against the best in the world. It's so mad to say. I never have that attitude about me. I'm just a guy from Caerphilly that's going to become the world's strongest man. I know I am, but I've sat with fucking Gems with Brian Shaw is, and I've looked, and he's like a fucking bear before he makes an attack. It's just like eyes jet black, he's just like nothing but competing. And I sat there the other day, and someone asked about it. And I said, I mean, motherfucker, you gotta be willing to die. Like, this is not a contact sport, it's not a collision sport, we're not throwing punches, but it's like, if you want to beat that guy in that repetition, you gotta be willing to go. Like I have, I've passed out competitions, I fucking did. I had one of the worst things ever happened to me, touch wood, didn't happen again. Like, I had a heart attack at the show, but because pushing my body to the limits in training and then getting to the show, I'm like, I'm not gonna let you beat me. Like, at Europe's Strongest Man, I collapsed under a car, just passed out, hit the floor hard, like. But then I was like, you gotta stop, Gav. I was like, oh my fuck. My coach was like, just pull up. I was like, I'm not. I was like, I can't. I was like, I was getting really emotional. I was like, I'll go out with my fucking sword. I'll go out with my shield. You're not gonna stop me, like. And then Terry Holland's fucking legend. Rob Frampton, fucking legend. My coach Dale Simon, a very good friend of mine, not the other Simon. Simon Hammett was like, fucking stop. I was like, bro. I was like, I'm not gonna listen to you, mate. Honest. And then did really good on the deadlift. Went out. So you pick up this car on a frame, so like a safety bar in there, like a squat. I just walked with it, and as I picked it up, I was like, oh, don't feel too good. It went again. Weighs about 1,000 pounds, about 450 kilograms. I took it like just shy of 10 meters and just went, and I was on the floor. I was like, the fuck happened? And my mate's like, just relax. I was like, okay. And I tried to get up, and I was like, nah. So I just said to this level, like that feeling, I know I want it. Like I will go. Yeah. I'm learning it now. Like I changed it. I was like, oh fuck, he's a big guy. I couldn't care no more in the sense that I'm gonna beat you. I don't care. Like some of the guys are like quite playful. T-Rex is an amazing guy. If you ever heard of Evan Singleton,
right?
Calls himself the T-Rex. He's an ex-wrestler. Got T-Rex fingers, like tattooed on his hands. That's his thing. Lovely guy. Knows how to work it. Super aggressive and doesn't care about how good you are. He's going to beat Novikov. Alexei Novikov is the youngest man to ever win the World's Strongest Man at 23 years of age.
23 years old.
Alexei Novikov, absolute. He was stood next to Brian Shaw in Florida my first year. Barbecue was free drinks. I obviously wouldn't drink because I'd fucking broke my. Didn't do that. ended up breaking my rib in the squat, tearing all my calluses out on the. I was like, truck pull. I win the truck pull. I the heaviest guy. Yeah, I'll smash the monster truck pull. The weather was bad. There was a hurricane coming in. So we'll just have farmers for distance, or farmers carries, almost the length of this fucking room, innit? 160 kilos each up, 12 metres drop, turn around, and if you drop it within the 12 metres, you're out. I took it up and down 3 times. As I went up to the 4th, I was like, don't let go, or don't rip my calluses out. And I was like, I went to grab, I was like, why is that stinging? I was like, opened it, and there's just chalk and blood, and I dripped almost 8 calluses out of my finger. And I mean out. Like, that one's sort of still not right. I mean, like, ripped out. I was like, oh, that's fine. They're pussies. I've seen them shaking their hands. I was like, nope. And I said to the doctor who squeezed them back in and put some glue. He was like, I said, I thought that it's nothing. He was like, I said my first time I've ripped the callus out. I said, I've never ripped the callus out all the training. And I went into the squats, popped my rib then. It's 320 kilos. It's heavy, yeah, but like it's an axle bar with massive drums at the end. And as I went down, squashed me into the mat, and as I forced up and just come out, I felt a thud.
Oh my God.
Hit the deck, and then I got fucking jabbed with something up the arse, and then I felt I was floating on. She's like, what have they injected you with? I was like, I don't know, but I was like, it feels great.
But I like it.
yeah, just so stick it in a minute, and then the fix all up, and I was just like, yeah, so Alexei Novikov stood next to Brian Shaw getting food, and I was like, he is the world's strongest man. Look at the size. And it was like father and son. Like Brian Shaw, probably like this wide, just shy of 7 foot. Alexei Novikov, maybe 6 foot and 130, maybe 140 kilograms, and Brian Shaw's 200 kilos.
What?
And I was like, look at that, how fucking. I said, but his will that year was stronger than Brian Shaw's.
Yeah.
No disrespect, Brian Shaw. Brian Shaw's one of my idols in the sport. He was once classed the evolution of the sport, being so big, so powerful. I just said, that's what it comes down to. Alexei Novikov didn't give a fuck who he was, didn't give a fuck who anyone was, and he did fucking destroy it. And obviously you know the results now. Tom Stoltman, I believe, is the evolution of this sport.
Yeah.
He won it this year, and he won the first event. It's called the Giants Med. He was a huge farmers into a frame, or the other way around. Yeah, frame carry into farmers. No, yoke into farmers. No, yoke into frame. Got it right. And he did it in like something ridiculous, like 17 seconds. Unbelievable. 400 kilo like yoke into like 400 kilo frame. And so he won, I said, that's the world's strongest man. And he did. He won the first 3 events.
Unbelievable.
Brian Shaw come back a bit because the events fell for him.
Yeah.
But other athletes were stealing points. Then come down to the stone run. And Tom is known as the king of stones. So the Atlas stones at the end. It's called the albatross because of his wingspan. He's like a 7 foot. Like when he opens his arms, they're like 7 foot long.
Fucking massive.
Fucking back is like, just goes on the stones, back opens up. Yeah, and he's just shy of 7 foot tall. Huge. Should have a look at him, Tom Stoltman. Amazing. Him and Luke compete.
Brothers, isn't it? Yeah.
Luke won Europe's Strongest Man, which is amazing, and then Tom won Worlds with the 2 biggest titles within the sport. Obviously, winning the British Strongest Man is the best a British athlete can win without going international. And the year after his brother won that, the same sort of year, Luke won the 2nd biggest title. And Luke was a different man. Luke was like, me and Simon were sat there, a good friend of mine, Simon Hammett. I was like, there's something different about Luke. We were joking about, had his headphones on all through the day. Then come the last run against him, Alexei Novikov. You know,
it's no competition.
It was awesome. He's a monster. He used to be an oil rig worker working offshore. Quit his job 3 years ago, and now he's Europe's strongest man and 5th strongest man in the world. And they're from Inverness. They're from the fucking arsehole of nowhere. They're like, and they just went, fuck it, I want to be. And Tom's got autism, which is causes superpower, which is amazing. Good. Like, but it's because like I have this thing called the bumblebee theory. I made it up. Yeah. Like a bumblebee shouldn't be able to fly, but it does. So that's why can't I win worlds? Because I tried to say it to Simon before, this bloke I used to know. And he went, oh, well, bumblebees talk to each other. I was like, no, but nobody has told about, like, the wings and the body are too big and too small. Yeah. It should not be a second going to fly because I have to. So I'm going to win the worlds because I fucking want to.
Exactly. Just because you're from a little Caerphilly,
exactly.
doesn't mean you can't win the fucking worlds.
I'm gifted with my height, but I grew into my head. I had a head of a 200 kilo man, if that makes sense. I definitely
70 kilos, like.
Yeah, I definitely grew into my head. This focus, I'm like, Jesus, Gav. Yeah, but. Someone said that the other day, like, you've definitely got. Yeah, I was like, fucking right.
Finally.
Yeah, thank God, this fucking huge nut, like. Yeah, but I was just gifted with height. I've been 6'6" since I can fucking remember, since Jesus was a boy. I'm from Caerphilly. Yeah, we're just a small village. I'm gonna win it because I fucking want to, and I will move mountains literally. you know, I will win it or I'll try and I'll win everything in between. I will die trying to get this title. That's not, you know, I'm not saying that's what I am going to do, but that's the mindset I got because I burst out in the gym there.
Yeah.
Like, I fucking love it. The other day, just literally pull a deadlift. I was like, I fucking love this shit. My shins were bleeding. I fucking bleeding out of every hole, I think. And I was just like, fucking love it. I fucking love it. Give it the old Ronnie Coleman, like fucking woo. And I was like, fucking.
I think that's where it separates normal people to
Same with rugby
successful
guys,
people.
Yeah, of course it has to.
It's that mindset thinking, no, I don't give a fuck what I'm against. I am going to win it. And that's evident with you.
Yeah, man.
You don't care. Like I said, you're brand new to the sport and you've got this mentality now of saying, I am going to win World's Strongest Man.
Yeah.
Flip side, if you didn't think that, what's the point competing? Thinking, I'm just in there for the fun and games.
Yeah, which is cool. It's cool. Yeah, but, mate, I feel at home. Feels I sit there. Yeah, I got a big fucking drum. I don't care. I've lost a lot of weight. I've lost
a lot of weight.
I was 213 kilograms at the Worlds my first year, and I'm 100. I lean, trimmed down, streamlined at 181 kilograms, which is still. I've lost like 4 stone, 5 stone, because
it isn't it?
I was just a big guy. I was out of season when I went to my first Worlds. I was done. I was like put on a bit of weight. I was like, I'm going to blast the Welsh. I'm going to win the UKs, and I'm going to take some foot off the gas. And it was the same week I'd won the UKs. They rang me. It was like, you come to the Worlds. I was like, fuck. I was like, right, I need to get myself in shape in 7 days. Like, fuck, how's this going to happen? But yeah, you've got to just change. I'm my static is good, but everyone else's static is good. But yeah, the thing with Tom, as I meant with the thing, is he shouldn't be able to move as fast as he does at his size. He's bit taller than me, denser muscle, but he just shifts. He doesn't care because he's like, why can't I?
Exactly.
I always listen to motivational stuff, and I don't get sucked into it because I'm a bit mad. It's like, yeah, fucking smash yourself. Who gives a fuck? Die. It's like, no, okay, relax, bro. Some of them, just listen. It's so simple. Jordan Peterson, whoever you're doing, motivational guy from America. Fucking.
Probably seen a video.
Yeah, he's quite an old guy, and he's a doctor, like a psychiatrist, and he says the same sort of thing. He's like, men have to have this beast mode mentality because we're men. We're designed to have it. We're like hunters when we were fucking Neanderthals and chasing down saber-tooths, I don't know, and T-Rexes and all that. But we're savages, and I don't really want to fucking run around doing stuff like that. But when you're in the gym or when you're boxing, when you're fighting, when you're running a podcast, you want to be the best podcasters you can fucking be. You want to be the best YouTubers, because I don't knock any people. I see people just ripping each other on the internet. It's like, oh my god, you want to be a game? Oh my god, this person, that person. Oh my god, it's like, fuck, this is the best time to be alive. Fucking hell, so full of information. Fucking, we'll be living on Mars now in the next few years if fucking Elon Musk has it. As a box of frogs, that guy. You got to be a savage when it comes to your skill. You want to build a house, become a savage. That's what it isn't going to be. Just turn that mindset that you will be that guy and be that woman, and you will. Simple as.
And you're proof that can happen as well. So you've come from like little Okafili, you was in the army, you've been in Afghan, played a bit of rugby, and you thought, fuck it, I'm going to be world's strongest man. Yeah. And like, there's just a switch going off in your head, just think, I'm going to do it. And it's amazing.
It is. I don't know what it is. I mean, I'm surrounded by guys who are super strong and women who are super strong. Strongest woman, and looks after me like. I know it's strong women out there. I get that. They understand. But I just did a couple of months ago. I just changed it. Like, I've had that mindset since I started. But I was just like, I'm gonna win the Worlds. But I was just like, can I? I was like, can I? And then I was like, why fuck can't I? I went to the Worlds this year. Had a great performance. And for my birthday, it was amazing. Obviously, I was still very ill after having my heart attack. So I was like, I'm fit. And then I couldn't lift nothing more for the first 8 weeks than 5 kilos. So I had an angiogram where they cut the artery in the artery, and pushed the rod in to check your heart out. Mad as fuck, threw me right off, seeing my heart on screen. It was mad. So with that, because they stitch up a little stitch in there, and I couldn't lift nothing more than 5 kilos. Couldn't do anything for the first 5 days. Then it was 5 kilos after that. So we went to Sheffield to watch Britain's Strongest Man. I was invited up there to watch and do a bit of meet and greet. And it was from that moment I sat there. I got invited out in front of the crowd. They sang Happy Birthday to me. It was fucking amazing. Bill Kazmaier, absolute legend of the sport. I had a balloon tied around my wrist all the show, so I couldn't be missed. I even did the meet and greet, sat next to Magnus Magnuson, who was and I sat next to him with a balloon around my wrist with a big unicorn princess badge on, flashing. And then from that moment, I looked at my mate Simon. I was like, I'm gonna fucking win it. I'm gonna win this next year. I was just like bubbling in the seat. I was like, I can win it. Why can't I? Tom went up there and went,
Yeah, why
I'm
can't
going to
he?
win it.
Yeah.
There's no disrespect to Tom or anybody else, but when guys go, I'm just going to do good. I'm just going to do the sound and get out of my way when I win in the nicest way possible.
Yeah.
But I want to win. And it was from watching Britain's Strongest Man in Sheffield. I was like, I'm going to fucking win everything. Why can't I? Maybe some of the shit that you go on through does fuel it, definitely. The weird thing is that's not what I think of when I get pumped up for a massive lift. It's odd. It's got to calm me. I don't listen to death metal.
No. I was going to say, one of the questions we got off the viewers, we call them, is what do you do to get up for it? Because in rugby, like you said, you chuck a bit of fucking Eminem on or something stupid.
It's mad. Rugby's a different thing. It's a long, it's 80 minutes.
Yeah.
Could be a little bit more. So it's almost like you want to peak at you get a second win, then you feel maybe a massive, get my first shot on someone late or early.
Yeah.
I can't remember who said that.
Ray Gravel.
Yeah, get him up. Yeah, early or late, just get a hit then, job done. So that was with rugby, but with this, it's a 3 seconds, maybe 3 seconds lift. Deadlift. I've pulled. I have a little thing I do. I put a hat on. I got a special hat I wear, which is weird. But I don't know. It's like that's like the fucking over the top thing with Sylvester Stallone in the arm wrestling with over the top switches the hat.
You haven't seen that, have you?
No,
you're too young. You what? You need to watch it.
It's on Netflix. Over the top arm wrestling.
Do it.
The guy in is actually the arm wrestling champion of the world.
Is
he?
Yeah.
I'll give it a back.
Iconic 80s film. It's amazing.
He's a trucker and he's an arm wrestler.
What's it called? Over the Top.
Over the Top.
Yeah.
Go on.
Great film.
Yeah.
There are loads of people in that actually arm wrestlers, and they've been in loads of other films. It's an awesome film. But yeah, I have one song. I don't say what it is. You might be able to hear it in some of my videos. I believe it has like that power. And it's one thought, and it isn't about Afghan. It's nothing about that. I don't jam it. There's nobody knows.
Keep it to yourself, but if it works for you, it works
I
for
do.
you.
Maybe on my deathbed, I might tell you, but it's just one thought, and it's not like gruesome. Like I said, not gruesome. It's just something I went through. I'm just like, and it fucking happens. I put a little hat on, and then
fucking love that.
Game done. But I lift it. I've never failed a big lift, have I? I do have the biggest deadlift ever pulled in Wales as well, 425 kilos.
Is that the heaviest weight you've ever?
Heaviest deadlift I've ever done. That was
425 kilos.
Yeah, it was off the cuff. I got invited. It was the deadlift world championships. So the opener is 400 kilos, which people don't even see in a lifetime.
I don't get that.
I had a week's notice, and I got told on the weekend before, and I was like, "Fuck! I wish I'd had a bit of time to peak for it, because £1,000 is the number you go for. 456.
Okay.
And only 7 people on the planet have ever pulled it. I went to a deadlifting show that's been branded. I know Eddie Hall pulled 500.
Yeah.
But at this show I went to, the 12 athletes pulled the opener, so 400. Then every other athlete pulls so it goes 420. They went 400, 425, £1,000, 475. No, 475, and then 2 athletes went for 505, and both failed. But yeah, and everyone pulled the opener and the 425, and I was like, someone's about to fail. I was like, maybe someone's going to fail 400.
Yeah.
And then everyone pulled 425. I was like, fuck, who's going to fail now? But I didn't have £1,000 in me.
Yeah.
I had to concentrate on the rest of the show, and I finished 5th overall.
That's amazing, though.
Yeah, I did really well. Fucked up on one event, but that's just because I just overthought it, overthunk it, then almost won the log press, pressing's good for me at the moment. Yeah, but biggest deadlift ever pulled by a Welsh athlete, 425 kilos. I also have a brick deadlift record, so it's like a different type of deadlift at 380 kilos, and then I have the silver dollar deadlift record at 460 kilos, which is the one where there's like boxes at the end, silver dollar. They used to be filled with silver dollars.
Yeah.
But this was at Glenn's competition. I pulled 460 kilos.
That's
like a bit more whippy.
Mental weight.
Took me off. My arms have come off.
A bit more whippy. It's an odd one to do. We can pull a little bit more because it's like the bar's super bendy. A little bit longer. The weight's further away.
Yeah, it's still heavy.
Oh fucking hell! Yeah, it's all fucking stole my soul.
It's still falling off of me, like.
Yeah. So I got the axle press record at 175 kilos. I did at the Royal Albert Hall. Missed 190. I can break all sorts of records overhead for Welsh records, but I just need the opportunity to break them.
I keep going back to this. You've been in it 3 to 4 years, like, and you got all these records.
I'm not even chasing them. They're just happening. I'm just like, I'm not interested in them, because people chase these little records, but I want the big ones. I want the world's.
Yeah, of course you do.
They will like fall in time. Like the world records, like the log press one would be interesting, but that's 230 kilos at the moment, held by Iron Baby, which is scary. But yeah, I'm just enjoying it. And if they fall, if I feel good, then I'll be like, yeah. You've got to peak for them sort of events. They're hard. This sport is like, you've got to be strong all year round.
Yeah.
It's awkward. but I love it.
Just going to go on to some more questions from the listeners.
That's fine. Mate.
And they're random questions now, mine, right? So this one is an easy one. How many calories do you eat per day? What should we ask you?
I bet you get that quite a lot, don't you?
Yeah.
I usually just say a lot, but it's between. I dropped a lot, and I was over 10,000 at one point. About 8,000 calories to 10,000 now. Yeah.
Do we just eat at every opportunity?
I was eating before I came here. I was smashing into me. I was like, fuck, what time I gotta go there? I was like, just a bit more, just a bit more. Yeah. It was a bad relationship with food when I first started. I was just eating loads of shit. I'd have like a steak in the morning, then go and have a breakfast at a well-known pub that everyone knows in Caerphilly around the corner. And I'd have a breakfast in there because it's cheap and it's fucking lovely. And then I'd have more food and more. And I was eating shit, but now cut lots of shit out of my. So it was a lot tidier. And I had a nutritionist for a while. Couldn't get on with him, give me a complex. Yeah, like taking the honey off my porridge. I was like, no, bro, I need a bit of honey. Like,
He's a bit of favour, like.
Yeah, I'm not a bodybuilder, I'm never going to have abs. So about 8,000 calories a day. It might go up when you compete in, as in like, if you're at the Worlds, you just want to eat low, because you go out there for like 3 or 4 days before you compete, and the food is fucking lovely.
Is it?
So it might go, because obviously the weather can play a part.
Of course.
Fluids, constantly drinking water, which is annoying at night, because I'm up and down pissing all the time. So... yeah, but about 8,000 calories, maybe push it to about 9 if I'm about to step into a big competition, yeah.
Fucking unbelievable, it is.
It is a lot.
It's a hard part of this, yeah.
It
it's
is.
The food, yeah.
Next question, and you haven't got to answer this one, because it could be embarrassing or whatever in your line of work. Have you met a hero?
Yeah, I have, yeah. I've met them all. Eddie Hall was just his mindset, was the first one I met. I met him at, what show did we go watch? Was it the Log Press? We went to watch a show as I started competing. Met Eddie Hall for like briefly, a couple of seconds. Then I actually spoke to that man in the swimming pool. Awesome, amazing. Then I also vomited next to him. What show was it when I beat Andy Black on the Stones? The Deadlift World Championship. So I had hell of a stone run, and the week before I'd fucked the stone run up and missed the 160 and didn't complete it. So the Royal Albert Hall, I met, it goes from 100 kilos to 6 foot. Height drops, the stones get heavy. You finish around 200 kilos. Couldn't get past the 160 because the tacky, the stuff we lift with.
Yeah.
Come off with how hot it was within the arena. So the following week I was like, right, I'm going to fucking smash this. Smash the stone run. There's a photo I put when I was got my top off, I'm like screaming like that. And then I was like, oh, just rush the vagina. I was like, I'm going to throw up. So I didn't know where to go because I was just like, wait, I was like, and then Eddie called me over, opened the curtain. I was just throwing up behind
You knew
the
what was
curtain,
going on.
and he was stood right next to me. It was fucking amazing. I was like, Eddie Hall. And then I met Brian Shaw.
He's a legend of the sport, though, isn't he? Even I know him. Like.
Awesome. And so the last event was at the axe hold, the pickaxe hold at the Worlds. Come second, and I had a second and third win in the second day, which was awesome. And then obviously he made it through. He's never not won his group. And come up, he was like, hey, how's it going? I can't do an American accent. Hey, how's it going? Bloody brother. And I was like,
Hulk Hogan, wasn't it?
Hulk Hogan. What do you do, brother? And then he just put his arm around me and started chatting to me and just fucking hugged me. I was like, you'll be back next week, mate, I guarantee you. And I was just like, okay, mate.
That's awesome.
Hugging my like, daddy. Like, daddy. But yeah, man, got to meet him. Met Graham Hicks, Terry Holland's another one, Lauren Chalet, and Adam Bishop. It's a great guy, like. So I met them all. Bill Kazmaier, Magnus Finn Magnusson. I mean, even like Darren Sadler and Colin Bryce, the guys who own the company.
Yeah.
So it's like just to chat with them. It's I try not to like let it play with me. Right?
Yeah.
It's just Graham Hicks. It's just Terry Hollands. I'm just like
just a normal guy. Yeah, you're one of them now, mate.
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
the mad thing because I was sitting next to people, and I went to watch Summer Mania in Southampton. What called the Magpies? Southampton. Whatever. Yeah. Sorry, I don't follow football. And then I was went to watch a VIP. Glenn Ross invited me down. Summer Mania was this awesome event they put on down there, and nobody asked me for an autograph because I was, you're a big guy. I was like, oh, I'm not an athlete. I just started out. I went around, did the meet and greet, signed all the autographs. And like Constantine Giannacci was there, who calls himself the Georgian Bull. And I was like, I went, oh, excuse me. He went, oh, I'm the Welsh Bull. And she was like, oh, and he was like, oh, no English. I was like, oh, at least that's what he said. But then the following year, it was like more and more. And then I sit next to people in the hotel lobby when we're waiting to the meet and greets or the meet and greets. I have fucking hell, I'm gonna say I got the biggest queue at the meet and greets. So you pay and they go around and you're all sat around where you just competed all the tables. You got a marker pen, you're signing autographs, and then I always get in trouble because my fucking queue is like through the door and I'm just talking. I'm like, yeah, and I'm looking, I'm like, fuck it, who cares? I'm like, you, and they're like, they got to shut at 11 because of noise limits, and then they're like, Gav, you got to hurry up. And then the last time they just picked me up, the security followed me and just went past everyone in the queue to sign autographs. It was because I just talk. I just love, and like people are like, I was a show, and they asked me 1,000 times, and I never go, oh, great, there we are. I'm talking, and even though I get asked the same question 100 times, I'm like, I love it. You do fatigue a bit because like you're just burnt out.
Yeah.
And they'll catch you and just be like, sat in a chair, or I'll have a swig of a beer because I get 1 or 2 beers after the match, and you can get like taxed a bit, but yeah.
That just shows how humble you are.
I love it, mate.
I think that's what it is. You're so relatable.
Yeah.
You just Gav.
I couldn't just get like a program and go, I'm like, because people are like, what a dick. And you see them, they've got no fucking people at their tables, and I'm just starting. I'm just like, I don't even go, come in here. I'm just like, I fucking love it. I'll chat and focus, and I'm up and down, and my fucking legs are pumped from standing up. I'm just like, fuck. But I joke around, I'm just like, and they come up and sometimes like, no. And they're like, oh, I'm joking, but I'm just Gav. Gav. And even when I win the Worlds, I'm Gav, this is the world's strongest man. It'll never fucking change me.
Yeah.
If I do change it, because I've just become more professional. That's all it is. But yeah, go back to your question. I have met my idols. Yeah.
Love it. Last question off the listeners, and this is one you probably used to get in a nightclub all the time, and it's very random. What do you bench?
This compared to other things, I think like 250. I think I've done 250. I've never maxed out. This is a fact. I think I've benched 250 for 4. Again, one said like 250.
You don't use that in World's Strongest Man, so you do.
No, it's an accessory. So you do overhead and then just do bench because pressing is pressing.
Yeah,
If you've got a big thick chest, then when you log press, it can sort of rest there, and then you hit it with the top of your chest. So about 250 kilos is my bench.
It's a random
Same
question.
As you, is it?
Yeah, 240 I am. So
just there.
Just under. If you want to train together, but we'll train you. That's all the questions from the viewers and the listeners.
Awesome.
So for me, what I'm taking out of this is you've got that mindset that you are going to be world's strongest man, and I believe you will be now, just because now we've got to know you a lot more, even though we've known you for donkey's years.
Yeah.
It's just the way you talk, and you're so set on your end goal.
Yeah.
You will make it one day. And
you've got to, man. It's I love it. Love the sport.
Yeah.
I'll just take it in my stride. I will never change it. Like I said, I'll be Gavin from Caerphilly.
Yeah.
But who's the world's strongest man? Because if you change, Eddie Hall's never changed.
No.
Brian Shaw's never changed. Magnus has been the same. Bill Kazmaier is the same. He's always been mad as fuck. I'll always be that idiot from the fucking valleys. Just because don't let it change you, man, because people see it.
No.
People see straight through that guy you're not. Don't be plastic. Be who you are. Just be who you are. If you're rich, if you win the lottery, be rich. You know what I mean? Just
be the same person with money.
Yeah, don't be a dick.
Yeah.
Just be a t-shirt print. Don't be a dick. Yeah.
We'll nick that line.
Yeah.
Hashtag don't be a dick. For us though, I found you really inspirational today.
I mean,
really,
massively.
Massive, like, and bubbly. I want to go and, I don't know, lift the car or something like that. It'd be
set that up for you, mate. Yeah, I got it down the gym.
Got a mini metro or something. But no, like I said, it's you're really inspirational, and if you've got a goal, you just put your mind to it and carry on going.
That's what I love. Like, someone come to the gym the other day and posted and said, I can't believe I trained you. I was just like, it's me.
Yeah, exactly.
People come to the gym and they go to have a session, and then if I'm not training, I'm like, you fuck now, because I'm talking to you, and I just talk and talk. But it's motivation. Like, and a guy called Desmond Gahan, awesome bloke, calls himself the Viking, just said, I'm just a big gutted. I was like, what's up? He's like, my press and shit. He's about to do Britain's Strongest Man now for the second time, because he took my place at Britain's last time because he was injured, but I was on short notice. Because I was like, I can compete, and then like 2 weeks I was like, I've lied, I can't. It ain't happening. It was 6 weeks when let us know the results. And I come out, I was like, I'm fine. I'm like, no, you're not. I was like, thank you. So he's at my spot. He's number 2 in Wales. Great guy. And he was like, I'm a bit depressed with it. I was like, fuck that, man. I said, there's too many people out there that want to see you fail. There's so many people who want to see you fall, stumble, and they want to laugh at you and say, we were right. I said, make it your bitch then. Make pressing your thing. Because you could deadlift, you could squat, you can move, you can lift weights or lift stones. I was like, well, make pressing your fucking number 1 priority to get better.
Yeah.
Try not to use negative words like, my pressing's shit, or I say work on, so you need to work on your pressing. Don't ever try and use a negative term. Sometimes I coach 2 people to finish. I'm like, I was shit. Like, I was just, there's time to be that guy. It's time to cut that straight through the bullshit. Try and dance around it a little bit. Let's not be fucking snowflakes about it, because fucking life is tough. But when it comes to lifting, you can try and sugarcoat it, but sometimes I'm like, that was fucking poor.
Yeah.
Or I got bollocked by my coach the other day, I had a little phone up because I went too heavy, but I was like, because it weren't fucking light. I can't even accept what I can press. So it's like, it was 140 for reps. I said, it felt too heavy, so I did 150, like 3 times 3. He's like, fucking hell, you idiot. There's a reason why I'm coaching you. It's like, stop, like. I was like, oh, why are you shouting at me? I was like, I'm just little. And then I was like, look, he's trying to save you, mate.
There's a process now.
Yeah, it's that. And then, so when he said he's depressed, I was like, fuck that, man. I'm good half an hour. And he was like, yes, sir. And I was like, and then some 2 blokes come on and started listening, and I just went on. And then Josh went, should have fucking recorded that. I was like, well, it is. Definitely. Because how many people they love seeing a champion, but not as much as they love seeing a champion fall. It's so ruthless. Like,
it is,
everyone wanted Francis and Garner to lose on the weekend, and he learned how to wrestle and tucked him up.
Exactly.
I'm a big fan of UFC, and either Francis Garner was going to smoke him, like knock him out with that right hand, but he learned how to wrestle. And Gain is his name, Gain, yeah, and he fucking beat him with wrestling. I was like,
fair play.
And everyone's like, oh, it's too good for him. I was like, no, no. And then, don't be a dick. Hashtag. Yeah,
they take that from you. Definitely.
I mean, you got to be. This sport is in any walk of life is as much as life is physical, but it's also a mental game. And if you're not, it doesn't. You could be the strongest human being. Brian Shaw is probably still the strongest man on the planet, but he didn't believe it that year. He lost. He did not believe it. But Novikov did, and that's not a knock. That's not even fucking hell. He might be like, "Who the fuck are you?" Well, who the fuck am I?
Yeah,
you'll find out. You know. But yeah, maybe he didn't believe it, and his will was. I said, "How do you beat someone? Just break their will. Don't. Who cares? Like everything Brian Shaw did, Novikov was doing right. It was awesome to watch. Like there was a double dumbbells. You see them on the purple shirt. You might see in the photo.
Yeah.
And Brian Shaw went out and warmed up with a heavier set of dumbbells, like an alpha thing, and put them down and just like shook the floor. They're like 75 kilos each. Huge rogue dumbbells, massive. And I was like, fuck. And I was like, and he went and just shook, literally put them down. I was like, boom. And I was like, what the fuck? Novikov went up, did exactly the same thing right behind him.
Mind games.
Yeah, and he just sort of looked at him, and then Brian Shaw's team, and I was like, look what he's fucking doing. And he was fucking all over him. Yeah. And I just so happened to have him in my fucking group that year as well. I was like, for fuck. I had him and Tom Stoltman in my group, and they both finished second and third. No, first and second that year. And I was like, great. And then this year they had second and third in my group. So Brian Shaw won it. Maxime Boudreau comes second. Then Maxime Boudreau come third. Brian Shaw comes second. Overall, and I was like, well, that's fucking tough to have them two in my group.
Oh yeah, but it goes to show you're competing against the best in the world.
I love it, mate. I'll never let our house be like, I'm just competing. Obviously, there'll be times if someone was to say something, I'm like, I'm one of the world's strongest men, mate.
Exactly.
There'll be time when there'll be times where I will be a dick, but only a small time. But yeah, I'll just be Gav from Caerphilly.
Love that.
Until the day I die, mate. Yeah,
definitely. Anything else from you?
No, I just want to say thank you, and
Awesome,
do appreciate it, Gav, and yeah, just thank you, all the best.
Yeah, I've never done a podcast. This is amazing. I'd love to come back on and bring some trophies with me after I win Brits.
Yeah, definitely.
And that guy who I spoke about at the beginning, I mean, that'd be something amazing to have because
hook it up.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do a bit of a collab, even if we have like a charity evening and come and do a speech.
Mate,
speak for us. We would absolutely love that.
Especially
as I said, your inspiration and
because
people be bouncing.
I don't make it up, but I just sit there and I go, I'll tell you what, fucking have this.
Yeah, I love that. You do nice lengthy ones as well, don't you?
Gemma said, we just proofread this.
It's a spelling right.
Cat sat on the mat. I think I spelled it wrong, Gemma. That photo looks good, I love that. Like you spelled everything wrong, Gav. Like, okay.
It looks good. Yeah, but from us, from Tackle Your Thoughts to you, Gav, good luck in your career.
Thank you so much, guys.
We firmly believe you will be world's strongest man one day soon, mate. And,
amazing, guys.
Yeah, proud of you, mate. Thanks, Gav.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers, guys.